So we've talked about quite a bit throughout the whole entire journey of us owning iPhones and the iPhones and just consumer electronics being out of how the battery health can completely affect how long that phone is going to last. Now, the only way to reverse battery health degradation, which is normal, it's going to happen to every phone out there, whether you have an iPhone or Android, whatever it is, the only way to reverse it is pretty much by replacing that battery. Now, luckily for us, Apple can go ahead and replace the battery for like less than $100, which is nice, but it is one of those things to keep in mind that if you wanted to go ahead and have your battery health as high as possible, I would recommend, first of all, replacing the battery if you have the option to, if it's severely depleted. But as I mentioned before, keeping your phone in very hot conditions is usually the reason why these phones end up getting some massive battery degradation in the first place. Now, like I said, it's very common and it can still happen to your phone even if you're not, heating up your phone, if your phone is not in hot conditions. But from my personal experience, that is basically what's been the case. Now, my iPhone 13 Pro, the reason why I'm even talking about this now is because finally it is now at 99% battery health. So after using it for over a year, I would say about a year and 2 or 3 months, I am now at 99% battery capacity. Now, I think that's totally fine. I mean, 1% every year and almost a year and a half is totally fine. That's probably going to be not even like at 95% by the time I'm done with using this phone, if I were to use this phone for many years from now. Now, the first thing, like I mentioned, is to not wirelessly charge your phone. If you were to wirelessly charge your phone every single day, that is a main reason why you would probably end up having some sort of issues. And in my opinion, that is the reason why most people out there end up getting some massive battery degradation is because of the heating condition in which their phone is in. So making sure your phone is not in severe heat all the time, especially in wireless charging mode, that is going to be the thing that's going to end up causing the most issues, in my opinion. And if you're planning on keeping that phone for many years, plugging it in via the bottom is probably the best thing you can do. Now, another thing I actually want to throw in here as well is probably keeping your phone up to date. I mean, if you're not going through and keeping your phone in hot conditions, really the best thing you can do in this case too is to update your phone as often as possible. Now, I didn't know how often or how big of an impact this was, but apparently Apple on the back end, they are constantly going through and recalculating and redoing the calculations in which the battery health is calculated. So by them going through and pushing out these updates, you may actually have like 99% battery health capacity on your phone. But if you're on a very old version of iOS, well, that can also cause some issues, and that may actually end up not even being the right calculation. That might not be the right number. So a great thing you can do here for the most part is by going through and just making sure your phone is fairly up to date as well. It doesn't have to be on the most recent version of software, but it's another thing you can do to kind of, keep your phone as high in the battery health department. Some other things, like I mentioned before, making sure you have optimized battery charging enabled in the battery settings as well. That's another cool thing you can just kind of throw in there too, which is really nice. You can also go through and keep your phone in colder conditions, but not super cold either, because that can affect some battery health as well. But those are the main things I would recommend. If you kind of keep your phone in hot conditions, that's probably going to destroy your battery health, and keeping it up to date is probably going to help it too. So that pretty much covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.